Good morning, everyone. My name is Pearly Jane. I'm the host from BEd 3A. And now I am going to tackle first about the Module 4, which is the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers based from the Resolution number 435 of 1997. So this is the preamble of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. Teachers are duly licensed professionals who possesses dignity and reputation with high moral values as well as technical and professional competence in the practice of their noble profession. And they strictly adhere to observe and practice this set of ethical and moral principles, standards, and values. I know we already seen or we experienced this from our teachers before or even sa mga kilala natin. Or kahit nga sa mga social media platforms, diba? At saka sa TV. What really the demand in our society in terms of being a teacher? There are lots of values like dapat kung teacher ka, you should have dignity. And then, you should take care of your reputation. Because we teachers are part of the community and teachers serve as models. So here are the 13 articles for the Code of Ethics. Now let's talk about the first article for the scope and limitations. This code shall apply to all teachers in schools in the Philippines, and it covers all public and private school teachers in all educational institutions, preschool, primary, elementary, and secondary levels, whether academic, vocational, special, technical, or non-formal. Teacher, industrial arts and vocational teachers, and all other persons performing supervisory and or administrative functions in schools, whether in full-time or in part-time basis. Tandaan natin na dito sa Code of Ethics na to, kinakover ang both private and public schools from primary to secondary levels only. And even in here, those who are in the supervisory or administrative functions in schools ay kasali, like principals or supervisors na hindi naman talaga nagtuturo as long as they have license, okay? So for the second article, the teacher and the state, Section 1 tells that the schools are the nurseries of the future citizens of the state. Each teacher is a trustee of cultural and educational heritage and is under obligation to transmit to learners such heritage, as well as to elevate national morality, promote national pride, cultivate the love of country, instill allegiance to Constitution and for all duly constituted and duly constituted authorities, and promote obedience to the laws of the state. Kaya nga, one of the demands of a teacher is those who observes love for the country. Dapat pinapakita mo as a teacher yung obligasyon mo na i-motivate yung mga estudyante mo to love our country and promote obedience in terms of laws. Kaya nga 'di ba, during flag ceremony, remember before in our elementary or even in high school na teachers are there to guide us kung ano ba talaga yung dapat gawin or ano ba talaga ang tamang pagkanta ng Lupang Hinirang at yung mga dapat gawin kapag nasa ceremony na. And especially, the teacher will guide us on how to show respect to our Philippine flag. And that's one of the obligation of a teacher to our country. In Section 2, it tells that every teacher or school officials shall actively help carry out the declared policies of the state and shall take an oath to this. Kaya nga 'di ba kapag merong batas sa Pilipinas at ito'y naging effective na, we as a teacher must not show to the public saying that wag yung batas na to kasi ganito ganyan. Instead, as a teacher, it's part of our obligation to carry out the declared policies. Dapat we should be the one motivating or persuading our students to follow policies or rules and not the other way around. And of course, Section 3, in the interest of the state and of the Filipino people, as much as his own, every teacher must be physically, mentally, and morally fit. Kaya nga 'di ba sa mga nakikita natin, if nag-a-apply yung isang teacher sa iba't ibang school, especially sa public school, they have this neuro exam where they will be checked if they are mentally or morally fit to teach. At syempre, may kasama ding medical to check if they are physically fit. Section 4 tells that every teacher shall possess and actualize a full commitment and devotion to duty. Kaya nga, as much as possible, if we become teachers, we should think of it as a vocation na dapat ang buhay natin ay ilalaan natin sa pagtuturo. Although there are things that might happen, alam mo yung tipong dapat fully committed ka na para bang asawa mo na yung pagtuturo. Ganon. Kaya nasasabing parang asawa na ang pagtuturo kasi nga, 'di ba? Sobrang daming gampanin at sobrang daming ginagawa at duties ng isang teacher. Kaya nga, most of the time, they say or advise na dapat, bago ka raw magturo, ay may jowa ka na. Kasi sometimes, teachers forget ang pakikipagrelasyon because they keep their life fully committed to what they're doing, which is teaching. Especially if nagiging passion na talaga nila yung pagtuturo. Kaya wala na silang oras sa mga outside ng mga bagay. But it doesn't mean naman na kung mahal mo yung pagtuturo, ay hindi ka na pwedeng pumasok sa isang relasyon or even marriage. It depends on you pa rin. It depends on us pa rin. As long as nagagampanan natin ng maayos ang responsibility natin as a teacher. Let's proceed to the section 5. A teacher shall not engage in the promotion of any political, religious, or other partisan interest and shall not directly or indirectly solicit, require, collect, or receive any money or services or other valuable material from any person or entity for such purposes. As we can see naman, there were no teacher who promotes anything like, for example, in politics. If we become teachers, we should not engage in those kind of thing. Yun bang nagpapabayad tayo sa mga politicians? So, it's a big no. That's why then, as we observe during elections, teachers are always present, diba? Because sila talaga yung in demand or fitted to that position. Because teachers have moral values. It is understood din na ang mga guro ay hindi nababayaran ng sino man para sa kamalian. Because teachers are known for being honest. That's why. Okay, in section 6, every teacher shall vote and shall exercise all their constitutional rights and responsibility. Kaya dapat talaga na bumoto ang isang teacher because it is their right. And then section 7, a teacher shall not use his position or official authority or influence to coerce other person to follow any political course of action. So this is the same with section 5 where it is not a good thinking na porket mataas ka, pwede ka nang mandaw ng ibang tao. It's a big no na mindset as a teacher. Like for example, you will going to coerce a person to follow what you stand. Like for example, iboto mo si ganto, ganyan, kasi kung hindi, the grade of the students will going to be affected. So, it's really not ethical as a teacher. But of course, it is impossible also because as what I said earlier, na teachers are considered to be ethical and has morality, diba? And you as a teacher will always be there to support the community or society. And the last section for article number 2 says that every teacher shall enjoy academic freedom and shall have the privilege of expounding the products of his own researches and investigations, provided that if the results are inimical to the declared policies of the state, he shall be brought to the proper authorities for appropriate remedial action. Pero ano ba talaga yung sinasabi nilang academic freedom? So according to the Supreme Court of the US, it is said that academic freedom means university can determine for itself on the academic grounds. Normally sa academic freedom, ginagamit siya sa tertiary or sa college wherein the teachers have the academic freedom to choose who will be going to teach, what they are going to teach to the students, how they were going to teach the thought to the students, as well as who would be admitted to the study. So, bawal mo silang pagbawalan kung anong gusto nilang gawin o kung anong gusto nilang ituro at ano yung ituturo nila sa kanilang mga estudyante. So, they have the freedom. And that's it for the articles 1 and 2. Stay tuned for the next articles to be tackled by the next reporters. Hope you learned something from articles 1 and 2 of Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. God bless.